NYC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA. Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangsta Chronicles. Ew.
Gangsta Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Ew.
Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Stairs.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the James.
This cat is getting into some stuff, dog, that he don't know where he's getting into. It's a whole nother realm. It's a whole nother realm, and I know as far as our Gangsta Chronicles platform, I take what we do very serious. That's why I tell people off the rip, I'm cool with everybody. I don't bang. I've never banged. Ada's from somewhere, James is from somewhere.
I ain't from nowhere.
But you understand what I'm saying, James? You follow what I'm saying.
You talking about?
So
You follow
James,
what I'm saying, oh Big James?
James, what should be our objective moving forward, and what outcome should we be looking for?
Man, we should be looking. We really need a way out. We need to find how we can all get together. Like that brother came down there. You got a mob dude and you got an ex-Carver Park there. You know, you got two guys and they pretty much on the same page. Mm-hmm. You know, he called me on the phone, said, brother, I don't think you should take a long approach. I think you should be easy with this cat because he, you know, a cannon. So I know he wasn't coming down there to be like, oh, I'm finna gun hold this dude, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is get him. It wasn't nothing like that. So us, as black men, we growing up, you can see we coming out of it because you see Bloods and Crips hanging together all the time now. Yeah, and they ain't just on, and they ain't on no selling dope. You got them working together, just real shit. So we got to reach these young men that don't believe that this shit gonna change, because everybody got to walk out that motherfucking door every morning. Every morning. We done been through so much in so many motherfucking years. You know, this ain't no brand new shit. This shit been here since the early 40s, the late 50s, that our parents was gangbangers, you know what I'm saying? Our uncles, you know what I'm saying? And it's just trickling down, and it's just getting worse and worse.
I got a deeper question for A. A, being that you grew up in the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. You come up through the neighborhoods, and you was actually in that Compton phenomena, right? Mm-hmm. And you saw a lot of things, and you actually rapped about, because I've got you as a lyricist, right? Mm-hmm. And you actually was speaking about the situations and scenarios that you witnessed day to day. But today's rapper is emulating James, emulating you, emulating myself, and telling these stories, and that's becoming the driving force of the CWs, the Charleston White, and a lot of these other people, when the story is misconstrued and the story is not accurate, but they making it seem like they're the ones that's doing it, but they ain't doing it, man.
Let me ask you this right here, and you touched on a powerful point.
Go ahead.
But no, this has got something to do with that. If you listen to this right here, growing up in the hood, yeah, boy, 1984 was the year my peers didn't know what was in store. A little hard-headed kid came of age, time to pay my dues, learn the tricks of the trade.
Who wrote those lyrics?
He was describing every little nigga that I knew, not just out here, but across the country. A dude coming of age, and he's starting to see now the homie over here got the sack. It's time for me to get mine. Now I'll let you elaborate.
Growing up in the era I grew up in, like I used to tell people, as a kid, like Lionel's age, I'm pretty sure we all had dreams of being something different than we were, depending on where we grew up. I grew up in Compton. Started off, you know, I had the normal household. Mom and dad, father worked, mom's worked. But when they split and mom's went by herself, and now I'm growing up in the neighborhood, and I'm the age of 9 and 10 and 11, and I'm seeing the drug dealers on the corner. I'm seeing the dudes come through doing drive-bys and dudes getting killed. That still fascinated me to a point of, these are my choices. You feel me? not that I wanted to pretend to be, or I just felt as a youth growing up in Compton, that was the road I had to take because that was it. You get me? Single mom in the household. She was off trying to work and supply shit, but then I was left to the vices of the streets. Mm-hmm. You get me? Moms wasn't, giving me allowances and shit like, shit you see with typical motherfuckers on TV, so to speak. Kids getting allowances and getting to go to whatever. I didn't get all of that. So when I saw the drug dealer on the corner, or I see the niggas belling in packs with their rags out their back pockets and shit, that gave me the sense of family, of wanting to belong. So that's why I wrote those songs I did, and I participated in gang banging and selling dope and all that, because I felt that was a no way out situation.
At what point did you realize that the streets was undefeated and you need to change directions? Because the streets, if you think about the streets as a total, it's undefeated.
Oh, definitely. Well, I guess to the point to where when you start doing for yourself and becoming a family dude, or getting the mind state of, I'm seeing a lot of dudes still get killed. Again,
going back to those things that you grew up with, you right. Find the value in that, in those lessons.
Definitely. I started seeing, like, from the time I was youth to about what time because I was still hanging in the neighborhood at 25 years old. You get me? I still
getting money, making raps, doing all that, and still.
I felt like
so Nipsey Hussle wasn't the first one to do that.
Oh no! I still at a point of where I was 27, 28. I'm coming off tour,
going straight
to the neighborhood because what else did I know? I mean, I didn't know shit else. Yeah, I got the house, I got the cars, I got the jewelry, I got all that shit, and niggas telling me, why the fuck are you over here? You get me?
Right. But
I'm still feeling like I gotta have that connection. Like it's important for me to still have that connection to the neighborhood, because I didn't want people to think that the shit I was writing about or experienced was some shit I was doing from afar. Like, I grew up in that shit, but it came to a point to where now I got kids, you get me? I'm hanging in the neighborhood every day. It's still the same shit going on. I don't give a fuck if I'm the nigga that's rapping and still whatever. It's still niggas from that past life that still look at me as, nigga, you affiliated.
Right.
So
when let's go put some work in.
Even though I'm like, okay, everything or whatever, you still got the, hey man, we need dope. We need guns.
Yeah.
Fuck them rap.
That's the politics.
Fuck them rap.
And I was coming to you next, James, because
niggas like fuck the rap tickets and fucking being guest passes to the shows. Yeah. They like, nigga, we need guns and dope over here. So that's when I started going, whoa, like because I'm thinking,
because now you about to get caught up in the conspiracy.
Exactly. So that's when I had to make a choice, and then you had certain niggas like James who would tell me, why the fuck you keep coming over here? You get me? Like, why?
So here's a deeper question for James. James, the highlight of Death Row, right? I'm talking about at its peak. You was around millionaires, maybe even billionaires, and you saw a lot of money being transferred and happening right there, right in front of your eyes.
Them motherfuckers was using credit cards, man.
But I heard you mention David Kenner though.
David Kenner was.
They got black cards.
All those guys have money, man. But we didn't have that right here to link with them. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother Alton and Big Jake, they went in there trying to learn the music and got these little artists and whatever. But you can't get there when your people don't want to see you there. You know what I'm saying?
So that was my question though. How was being around all this, seeing all this business going on, why wasn't nobody say, wait a minute, hold up, man. Look what's happening to us. let's get on this business because we in full control of a multi-million-dollar conglomerate.
I did that. I told all the homies when our pinky rings was M.O.B. and Sugar's ring was M.O.B. I'm talking about big and his
Huge.
chain had to be bigger. He rolling in Benzes and Mercedes and we riding around in 77 Cadillacs, Caprice Classics. Hold up, when we pull up, the people look at us and then Sugar leading the pack. When they see us, oh shit. The Bell House, the cats didn't want to come park our cars. Man, y'all don't see the big picture here, man? Sugar's making money, but he exploiting us.
He
Man,
using
we
y'all just long as y'all show up, the other people is intimidated.
Right. Exactly. So we got to have a meeting, man. We got to get this. So at that time, Bob, you be drinking too much. You be tripping. They don't see the big picture. I do. Come on, man. I know what's going on here. I know where the money at. But then I fucked up when I started just accepting checks. Instead of checking that ass on some nigga, this hood belongs to us, not you, partner. And we lost sight of
What happens to us often, James, is that for us, melanated people, we get caught up in the romance of the moment, right? But we don't see that this stuff at some point can come to a screeching halt. And if we ain't building in the right way, it's not gonna sustain us in our legacy. It's gonna fall out.
I said all that. Then we got to let me ride hydraulics. This is how he got us. Okay? We got to let me ride hydraulics. I'm there every night. I'm posted because somebody said they finna come through and do something. So I got my little crew. We posted all in the parking lots. You know what I'm saying? So when he did let me ride hydraulics, I said, fuck all the extra shit. Let me show him something. Let me not put my body and myself out there and be on some beating up people's shit. I'm gonna stay right here and let me ride. And I'm in the hood. So I got to help building lowriders. So I'm on the rack with the white boys cutting the metal to redo the frames and shit. I'm seeing these motherfuckers cut. I'm watching my little homie Boomer. I just took Dre lowrider that Chevy had in the Chronic. I took everything off of his shit and put it in my little homie Boomer shit. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So now let me play with these motherfuckers.
Right.
Feel me?
As you should, James.
But I'm showing them the pain. Then I got to show the homies and my brother that we allowing this shit. We doing this shit.
You know what though? The thing that
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So when the homies started paying attention and seeing that I was right, and all I had to do was argue with this dude to get a check. I don't have to be physical. I don't have to do that. So when that happened, I'm cool. I'm right here. I ain't got to move. When Snoop trial, I took that opportunity. I brought 9 motherfuckers, but I had 20 motherfuckers on the roster. But I got paid for 11 other motherfuckers and just paid those 9. And then still got my $250 a day. You feel me? I made over $40,000. You know what I'm saying? So I took advantage of my situation when it came.
You made $1 out of 15 cents.
Man, I made a whole bunch of dollars out of that. 662 when we did that. I took motherfuckers to the back door. No,
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Who is that? Who is that right there? Is that Lee Ford, my partner?
Lee got paid, nigga. You one that got paid. You was working with me.
He said you owe me, my nigga.
For what? No, you're not going to explain that.
He said, yeah.
You gotta say
No, I did. So when Snoop trial, I had to get my money that way. 662, they charging $65, $70 at the door. It's 15, 20 motherfuckers over here. I go to that 15, 20. Check this out. They charging 75. I'm gonna charge y'all $60 a piece. All y'all come on to the back. That pocket go in my
Right.
And I did like 5, 6 groups like that.
Because
so
after all this, you witnessing all these things, you saw the way where you knew how to maneuver once you got into the play.
I had to learn the game.
You learned the game.
I had to pay attention because.
And listen, James, let me say this to you though, man. I was really proud of y'all because we had never had nothing as big as that in Compton. And the way that thing came about, although
Shit, y'all had baby Gates.
No. I'm talking about the multi-million-dollar corporation that you guys were right there. You guys was in Beverly Hills.
You know what? We were attached to it. We didn't have no part in it. We was attached to it. That was shit.
Well, they sure made it look good.
Well, not when you come to the neighborhood. You ain't seen nothing but lowriders in that. Now, if all of us was
Typical.
pulling up in
That's
Benzes
typical.
And, yeah, that's regular ass hood shit. We should have been took out of that situation.
Man, you know I grew up with JP, Heron, and his sister.
Palmer?
Yeah, and his sister. You know they grew up in Fruittown.
Yeah, he's still over there.
Yeah, and his sister Peggy. I think it was Peggy. She was in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Man, we actually went to Rosecrans together.
We that's the mistake we made, man. But you know, I mean, we was young and
So let's get Steele on it because he waiting, man. He can't get it. Come on, Steele.
I just want to say this, man, because while we on the internet doing crazy shit and clowning and shit, our life expectancy is 5 years lower than the white man's. It got to be a reason for all that, and we not sitting up here looking. We should be we should be on alert mode, like something's going on out here, because we dying at alarming rates, man. Our kids, you hear something every day about somebody 19 or 20 years old getting their shit pushed in, and it's like we not gonna have no future, bro, if the shit keep going the way it is, because you keep hearing about cats getting knocked down to the age of 19, 20, or either going to prison for the rest of their life.
That ain't changed.
Dr. Clyde Anderson said we finna become a permanent underclass if we don't wake up.
Oh, we gotta wake up real quick, because it's so easy to get our attention. All you have to do is go online and say, fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga, fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga, and you gonna have 1 million people sitting there. You gonna have 1 million people sitting there looking at you, make a buffoon out of yourself. But if you tell them, each one of them people, 1 million people is watching, hey, give me $1. I'm trying to put some shit together for the kids in Compton. You gonna get crickets.
Right.
You gonna get crickets.
Well, still,
so we need to wake the fuck up. That's what need to happen.
Why don't Oprah, Michael Jordan, Robert Johnson, Magic Johnson, just to name Dr. Dre, Diddy's, Jay-Z, why they don't put their money together?
They don't have to.
You know, and they don't have to. And I'm gonna say this right here for them guys.
No, I'm just saying just to build something,
listen,
even if it ain't for us.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is something I know for a fact. Jay-Z gives millions of dollars.
I ain't talking about the giving part. I'm talking about just to show an example on how to build.
Oh, listen.
Right.
My thing is this. A lot of people don't want the lights around them when they do shit. Some people do shit out their heart. I know Easy used to give thousands of dollars away and not have no
Shout out
cameras
to
around.
Easy.
You know, cats do stuff, but it's past that point of way of just giving away turkeys. I ain't talking about the niggas that go away and give out turkeys in the hood for a promo look. I'm talking about the cats that's going to go.
That's an old politician trick.
You know what I'm saying?
Preacher trick.
And really, all you doing is putting a Band-Aid on something. See, I give a few $1,000s to the youth leagues because I was a coach once and I had a program. So every year, it helped me on my taxes too, but I give $2,000 or $3,000 to a youth program. Hey, go buy some kids some helmets. Or what I learned, because a lot of times people get burnt out on giving shit, because I'm going to tell you, I've had homies and had conversations with cats that say, man, can you believe I did this and that? And the motherfuckers came like, this ain't enough? First of all, nobody is obligated
Ain't that
to do
shit backwards though? You know what? All it takes is one motherfucker to stand up, one of these rich motherfuckers to stand up, because he got all these people following him. All he got to do is stand up and then go to his hood and build that shit. Like some LeBron James. You know, he building this over here. He at the construction site every day.
He a prime example.
Making sure the shit.
But look what
is being
LeBron
built.
did, though, James. LeBron took his childhood friends, sent them to college.
Right.
They all got their education degrees, and then he turned over the business to them because they was qualified to handle it.
Something I'm working on right now. I was at a meeting last night for my son, who was up for the Thorpe Award and the Gursky Award. They talk about this cat is up on some other stuff. I just got his NFL.
So first of all,
grade back.
tell us what your son do.
My son is a football player. He attends the University of Southern California.
Man, that's awesome.
So the thing is with him, his mindset is because what I did purposely with him, even though I moved him to the suburbs of Downey, when he started playing football, buddy, you're not going to be out here with these. I'm taking you over here with them. You gonna really play? We gonna see what you made.
That's parenthood right there.
Because you know, the first time he was playing, we was over in the little suburbs. He running through them dudes, clowning, and I said, okay, we gonna see if you really got something. I'm gonna take you over here with these niggas that starving. The little niggas that starving wound up becoming his friends. So what I did is I raised a wolf. He was in the suburbs and all that. Now, so his mind thing is this. His whole thing is he got his homeboys getting their stuff together. He following the Lebron James path. He telling his homeboy, look, you didn't make it in football, nigga, but I need you to go to Elko to take these classes and learn how to run the press machine, learn how to do this and do that. This is going to be your thing. Dude, you going to be doing this. You going to be my chief of security and my assistant, right? He's working with the Mandela family right now. My son talking about building a school right in Compton.
Man, that's what's up.
He went to St. John Bosco, but he told me, he said, Dad, that experience ain't for every kid. Every kid is not going to get acclimated through there. You know what I mean? It's just a certain amount of discipline it takes to go to school like Bosco. So he's talking about, and he got motivated from listening to this man right here talk about like schools and stuff. So he's talking about, you know what, Dad, I got these people that got this. I want you guys to take advantage of this too. Let's make a change. Let's really go make a change in the community and bring it there, because he said for me to go, I'm going to bless my old high school, my alma mater, but I need something for the kids that can't get there.
Watch the essence of the wolf though. The lion and tiger are more powerful, but the wolf don't perform in the circus. Have you ever seen a wolf perform in a circus?
Never.
Okay then. So when a wolf get around another wolf, he know what to do.
And see,
because he gave it to him right.
You got that when I said I turned him into a wolf, because my son is one of those classic dudes that could have went either way. My son, people are born like that. I truly believe. They don't come out just like, you know, my son was always the one.
Engaged by nature, not by choice.
For sure, because my son was a type. When we first moved to Downey from North Long Beach, I had a mailbox.
Downey was a different look.
Yeah, pink slips. Because he don't sock somebody up. He don't sock this cat up. And plus, he had the long curly hair. So he said, Dad, I ain't want them to think I was soft. You know, so his thing is this. He identifies more with
a wolf amongst a many a sheep.
He identifies more with them cats from down there. Even though he'll tell you right now, I'm from the suburbs. My pop's cool as hell. My mom's was there. I had it made, but he knows it's more than that, because I've made it my business to show him, like, nigga, you actually got it good. These niggas still going to it. When you come home and he used to trip out because his friends that come over from the team, we got all kind of cereal. Just normal stuff that you're supposed to have, juice to drink. His friends in there looking like, I don't have this. It needs to be more, and see, that's what we got to stop thinking, that black people, that we got to stop looking at all people that got money. It's stuff that we could do ourselves.
True.
Ask yourself, when is the last time you went and volunteered your time for something else? I commend this nigga because he out here coaching kids. He don't have to be out there. His kid in high school doing this thing, about to go to college in a few years. He don't got to be out there, but he's out there. It's little things that you can do with your time, and time is so precious right now that it's of an essence. We sitting up here making videos talking about this nigga and that nigga. We better wake the fuck up, or it's gonna be all bad.
Watch this deal. If you do a 360, you wind up in the same spot. Hello, Charleston White. Charleston White put up what? $250,000 to get his butt out of that situation. Was he really taking that for granted, or did he appreciate that? Because he obviously had some good parents, or a good parent,
right,
that loved him, that showed him differently.
And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to make this show about Charleston itself, because right now we at a time where there's a million Charleston Whites in the country, man. You see the why do you think that's so, Steve? But you see, it all comes back to self-hate, because we can't stand each other. I'm going to tell you something. If a white man comes in and says, okay, I'm going to give you 1,000, you 1,000, you 1,000, me 1,000, usually a nigga ain't going to question shit. But if 8 come in with the same deal for y'all, might have better terms and everything. Oh, that nigga offering us 1,000. We got to see what he up to. He trying to sneak in on us. We don't love each other, dog. We don't protect each other because we don't respect each other, because we don't respect ourselves. That's what it all comes down to.
People ask that about everything, you know, in situations. Why are we like that towards each other? You know, that's the same situation like we feel like here on the West Coast as far as music. Why we don't support each other like motherfuckers do in other places.
What generation do we have to show us different? What generation has stepped up and said, y'all not gonna be like this. This is how we was, but we gonna teach y'all how to self-love instead of self-hate. We gonna teach y'all that gangbanging and all this is only kill y'all. Y'all only killing yourselves. we don't have a generation that's stepped up yet.
And you're right, James. What if I told you that during the time of slavery, we own 1.1% of the wealth of this country? 2021, we still only have 1.1% of the wealth of this country. So if you go to blackdemographics.com, if you want to know any statistics about black people, those are the real facts.
And we spend more cash in this country than any other
big consumers.
Big consumers. Never the builders, never the creators. We always the consumers.
How many times our dollar go around still?
A dollar circulates through our community never, but it circulates through the white folks community 20, 30 times over.
What are we doing wrong?
You know what are you doing wrong, man? And I'm going to tell you this, too. To our brothers that own businesses out here, some of us got to step our stuff up, too.
No, it ain't that.
No, let me make a point, James. You have, we got to step up as a people. It ain't just the business owners and the people in power. We walk into a store, right? For some reason, we walk into Macy's, and if it's a shirt on the rack that says $200, we pay it. But if 8 has a shirt, a product line that he's putting out, he got 50 inbox of niggas, I need that, homie, I need that. But they ain't sitting no cash. They ain't did no one to order nothing. If you go support that man, purchase his products, don't come in expecting no discount. Don't come in expecting this.
Where does that mindset come from? Because you're right. A lot of black people, if 8 doing something, why would you expect 8 to give us a discount?
I just said it. It comes back to the part of we don't like to support each other for some fact that I don't want to see him making no money. But I don't mind if Macy's is making the same money. That mind state is backwards. Because Steel could have, like I said, Steel could have product, James could have product. I expect James to give me a hat for free. But the same hat could be in Hat Cap in the mall, and I'm finna go spend $40 on it.
And it's just like the same way like we do this show. 8 has a hell of a clothing manufacturing thing. I told 8, I said, man, let's do the Gangsta Chronicles clothes through you. It just makes sense. Hello? He already got a thing. Why go around that? And our brother has the same thing right here, the infrastructure to do it. Let's do it with him. And I'm going to tell you another thing. It's like I got Title on my phone. That's a black-owned, a brother founded that company. It's almost like they think the white man's water is colder, bro.
Why can't we get $1 million and split it up amongst we?
Man, that's what we're trying to do right here today.
While you saying that, man, I can't speak as I just signed the NDA. I'm doing that right now with some really powerful brothers, dog, and we are going to take back control of media. We need to own radio, bro. We need to own radio. We need to stop running to YouTube and all these other places. And this ain't no knock against YouTube, but we need our own shit, bro. We need to control it, and we need to get together. We need a panel of people to start putting shit in check. Because I'm going to tell you, we used to go down to Cleveland. I was raised in Cleveland. I came out to California when I was 18, but we had certain homies in the hood. They was almost like the police. You went to them, and this nigga don't broke into Miss Johnson's house. He got an ass whooping the next day. Like, why you breaking that woman's house? A dude don't shot this, and the baby don't got shot. That nigga come up stinking the next day. We handle our own shit inside because it was some kind of structure. But when you got a generation of people, and I'm not gonna get into things because we got some great young people out there doing some incredible stuff. But this generation, the majority of them are thinking about themselves. How can I come up? How can I look big? Hell, I ain't got a problem with a brother making $1, but don't choose the likes and the views over the motherfucking money. If it ain't making money, it don't make sense.
There you go, man. The United States of America is.
Go ahead, man.
The United States of America is trying to implement that same idea. I mean, and we can't have enough of us doing it because at the end of the day, the more we have in the pot, the better the ingredients, the better the food. So I think that, that's an excellent idea. I just hope, man, you don't leave the hood postman behind.
Oh, no. And if you notice with me, and I'm going to tell you something, I've tried to pull brothers in. I've tried to tell them what I was doing, but the first thing they want to say, I'm going to tell y'all right now, our show do millions of downloads. I don't have to, I don't like.
Our show is doing good.
It's doing good. So it's like,
no,
it's not about that. I'm running with a point here. I get a motherfucker that don't have nothing going on to come and tell me I'm trying to look out for him. And he looking at me like, well, man, how come with this net? I said, man, you got to work, bro. I'm not going to sit up here and do it for you.
You can't put the cart in front of the horse and expect to get down the road.
If you gonna do your shit the whole time, but every time I meet a motherfucker, it's like, So are you gonna be here to do this for me? No, bro, I'm gonna set you up with the thing. I'm gonna give you this horse. You gotta put the saddle on and ride that motherfucker though.
Well, set it up still, and I'll show you how it
You gotta
works.
put the saddle. Now we're supposed to be interviewing you two, nigga. I'm letting you get that off.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good.
If we took 4 rich niggas from the neighborhood, hood rich, and just to go take 5 little kids, 9 to 18, or 9 to 20, and get permission to take him to this camp for a year and teach him for a whole year, it'll change his mind. It'll change everything about it. And you're teaching them skills, you're teaching them how to read, you're teaching them everything that they don't know. See, a lot of my bullshit and the way I felt, and I wasn't too sure about myself because, you know, being a gangbanger, you fuck reading, fuck writing, fuck, you know, this. I don't want.
You didn't think it was necessary?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't necessary. The only thing that was necessary in being in the hood is a gun.
Yeah.
Nigga, don't. If you in the hood and don't got a gun, you losing.
Yeah.
So that was my mentality. That was my thought. But if you take that, what I was and what you was and what you was, and bring it and flip it of today to our kids, they don't have to see what we were at 30. They don't have to see where we was at 40. They know they're going to be young men at 9 to 18.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to just take them away from the situation.